Senator Regina Docherty, and I understand, Senator Docherty, you're proposing to share time with Senator
Conway, please.
Is that agreed? Yeah.
Agreed. Thank you, Minister, for coming today, and we are here to talk about aviation. I think it goes without saying, obviously, to state the obvious, that Ireland, as an island nation, we're so heavily reliant on quality connections internationally, and that connectivity pre-COVID was second to none, but it did take years to build it up and to establish it. And whilst we've kept our borders open to maintain critical supply chains recently over the last 12 months, we have also allowed for essential travel, and I do believe that that's the right thing to do. But if we're not careful and we don't take immediate action, I don't believe we'll have an aviation sector left standing on its feet to help Ireland recover when we're going to need them the most. I want to, Minister, specifically refer to our airlines. Aer Lingus, whose parent company today announced 6 billion losses this morning. It's one of our largest employers, over 6,000 employees directly, tens of thousands more indirectly. It's got a fleet of 60 servicing 93 international destinations, and again that took years to build up. Ryanair, it's probably the envy of the world. It's a company who has made Ireland one of the most competitive travel markets, ensuring that our customers, our consumers, get the best value. They have a fleet of 271. Now, whilst we did loan money, and you did relate the 280 million that has already been put, most of it into our airport authorities, and some of it through the Strategic Investment Bank to our airlines, none of it comes close enough to ensure the survival of this industry. Both the Taoiseach and the Taoiseach are on record for saying that Aer Lingus won't be allowed fail. Well, I think it's time for our government to have direct intervention, like so many other EU governments have done, to ensure their sustainability of their airlines. Germany gave Lufthansa 10 billion. Air France got 7 billion, KLM 3.5 billion, Spain got 1 billion. Alitalia was entirely nationalised, and all of this was done to secure employees their job, to exclude redundancies, but to make sure that these companies remain viable so that they literally can take off when we open up our skies again. And I think it's time to Ireland to show the loyalty to the Shamrock, because God knows the loss adjusters in IAG won't give much thought to it. Now, we also do know that with travel comes responsibility, and that's why we've employed antigen testings for over the 4,000 hauliers that day in, day out are leaving Ireland and coming into Ireland on a daily basis, to ensure that we keep that travel safe and continuous. But at the same time, we're allowing other travellers to be demonised and even ridiculed to the point of farce, to be honest with you, and it's on our national broadcaster. It's just not good enough. What we currently do have is inbound PCR testing and quarantining. We need to introduce antigen testing on landing to ensure that these essential travellers are safe and that we can build confidence in this sector again, because otherwise I fear that the demonising of the travel industry is going to have the same extent and impact that we had when we demonised the building industry 10 years ago. And God knows we can see the ramifications both on building and employment in that sector. I don't think we should be making the same mistakes with flying and travel, and it's time for the government to invest now. The industry is literally begging us, and I really don't believe that that's how we should be doing our business. I think it's time for state intervention right now. Thanks, Minister.